Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Shantae and the Pirate Curse. So I watched a video of someone else beating this level because I could not figure out how to get past this person right to the left of me. Turns out all those purple backgrounds put you in shadow and they just walk past you. So effectively you're walking into a further from the camera plane like you would have done in the previous game, but in this case this is the first time in this game we've done anything like that, and they definitely did not foreshadow that at all or explain that. I skipped from the room. I did fail to just sit there for a while and see if there might be an easier solution, but I don't think there is an easier solution. Now the problem here with this is this will get us so far, but then we're going to run into a different area where we don't have these guards so much. But if we don't kind of work our way towards the towards unlocking the door, there still are a few places where these guards exist and you can accidentally get caught and thrown back into the jail cell. And I feel like this whole section, which first try after understanding it, does open up a just problem in general. So these guys you just can attack. They won't immediately catch you. I'm gonna go the path I think is the right path to try and unlock the door first and foremost. Then we're gonna have to run around and go backwards and investigate things to get keys, because we need 3 keys, not just the one we've already found. I'm not sure I understand why I'd want to use the climbing section. There's probably some secret. I'm gonna mostly just leave this dungeon alone though. Like I don't wanna touch any part of here right now that I don't have to, because after that you can just come back later, and clearly that is a smarter move. I'm just gonna take this super carefully. You could have really avoided a lot of the frustration I had by just having Shantae saying I should stick to the shadows, or I can hide in those alcoves. I see, so once again we have a guy. Alright, so there's a chain here that is easy to overlook because it's blended in with the background. So I'm going to wait till he turns around, and then I'm going to pump myself up as fast as possible. Alright, good. We can save. That means if we get caught, we could exit and and reset ourselves. So we do need to go back to that section at some point, but particularly see there's these 3 green things which are different, and there's an orange thing. But yeah, one would hope that would have just automatically allowed you to checkpoint. And notice there's a broken key in the animation there. I think that's a mistake for them to A, animate the chain with having a broken link, but B, spend the time on it. Now having me stand behind this as if that was a way of hiding, but I don't believe is ever actually used. So that's annoying. Okay. So just a interesting. Well, we see something over there, but we can't reach it. Alright, well, I believe if I just go this way. Oh, thank goodness there isn't anything there. So that's the second key. Honestly, wouldn't be surprised if there's actually more than the 3 keys I need at the moment available, and I might just be able to find a different key. Instead of having to run back a fairly far distance. Alright, let's see. And this is a point where, having foreknowledge of having seen someone else play the game, I know I can grab this Heart Squid. This drops you down this way. A lot of mice, which I guess they could potentially knock you back enough that you're just gonna die, or you could actually die. So here's the joke. There's another woman dressed up as the princess over here that you'll probably recognize. There's another woman down there dressed up as the princess that you should recognize. And oh yes, there is another woman also dressed up. These guys can't attack you. Over there. Alright, so this was the most important part. Get to this door open, so if we get trapped, we should be able to now just walk out. Meanwhile, like, you can just talk to these people. So here we have a key, and we have yet another woman you should recognize dressed in the outfit. So this entire dungeon started with this final concept, and one other concept we'll see at the end. But the big concept, I think, is they wanted simply to draw 3 of the most prevalent female characters of this game in the same Cleopatra outfit. I think it is also worth mentioning when she said Space Princess, that flew directly over my head. This was obviously a reference to a Slave Leia costume. Honestly, it doesn't have the color palette to look like a Slave Leia costume. Yeah, it just does not look like a Slave Leia costume to me. So that's why I didn't get it. So Risky, is that you? Who else would it be? And so here you can see they drew Risky Boots in pretty much the exact same outfit, although her bikini top is a little bit bigger, maybe implying that Risky Boots has slightly larger bust than Shantae does, and her snake head is, her snake helmet, whatever you call that, is a little bit different. And she has a purple theme in her outfit. I came looking for you, and instead I found this place. The simpletons mistook me for some silly princess and locked me in here. Yep. Same here. I'll pound those imbeciles into fish paste when I get my hands on them. We're wasting time, let's go. and it's kind of no point of even wasting time. I'm gonna go in here and see what's here and see if this can take me back to where I think I need to be. I think it does. Again, I'm not even trying to do this dungeon at the moment. We'll come back and we'll try and 100% it later on in the game. Unfortunately, this is the problem you create when you try to do something different and add a stealth mission that is potentially very frustrating in a game that is much more built around a action platformer. And we're starting to run into some of the same feeling that I had with the climbing mechanics in the previous game, where I'm having to kind of press up on the chains to make sure I actually make the jump. Yep. And in this game, I just don't think we're going to get the transforming abilities. Feels like we should have if we were going to do that. Need to be fairly careful here also, because at any point you might just accidentally run into a guard, which now that the door's unlocked, that would be slightly faster, but not as fast as I would like. But yeah, I definitely cheated. You can't get around that. I know the path, and it's fairly obvious when you look at the map that there's a lot of that. And then there's some kind of spitter, the little monsters that chew you up, hidden behind the wall there. They didn't want to visually show them, but I can only assume that's what they were. Alright. A lot of these doors interconnect to each other also. So let's go over here and use the key now that we have the other two keys.
Sky.
Here we have Sky. They caught you too? What are you doing here? I flew here to find a cure for Joe. What's your excuse? So you have Sky in a blue palette of the exact same bikini outfit with, yeah, not much different. Her hair is more prevalent in this outfit than I think it normally is, because I think she's wearing a hood most of the time. But yeah. Clearly they just decided they wanted to go overboard and have every single prevalent female character in a bikini. But also this probably is the point that brings this game to a T for teen, and I doubt they're going to go any further than this. I'm here with, fine, don't tell me. Let's just find a way out of this madhouse. And put some clothes on, for crying out loud. Ugh, how am I supposed to walk in these shoes? Of course, that does, once again, introduce the idea of there is some level of modesty in this world, but it seems to be not as conservative as I would say a lot of parts of the United States are. Because yeah, what Shantae is wearing now is not that not that far from what she normally wears. And here we have Rydo Tops.
Rydo Tops.
Rydo Tops jumping up and down, bouncing her boobs even more than Shantae. But I left you back on Spiderweb Island. I didn't want to miss out on the fun, so I followed you. Here you can see Rydo Tops has a pink theme to her bikini, but they are pretty much the exact same bikini. And I wouldn't be surprised if they are actually the exact same body models for the most part, for all those characters anyways. Yeah, particularly if you just left the bust size and the boobs off and drew the body models, and then you copy and pasted several different versions of the boobs for a different bust size for the characters, it would be very hard to tell. Of course, Roddy Tops you'd color green and put the staples in her arm, which I thought the staples in her arm were on the other arm, so it looks like the image is flipped. Yeah, we definitely have seen Roddy Tops where the staples were in her left arm and the staples in her leg were in her right leg. I didn't want to miss out on the fun, so I followed you. Look, we both have matching costumes. Now we can be princesses together. Roddy, we gotta get out of here fast. Okay, I'll go, but I'm keeping this outfit. And so Roddy Tops doesn't mind being scantily clad in a bikini outfit. So the reason we needed all three of them is because we need to pull this giant rope to open the door. There you are. We should be able to operate this contraption if the four of us work together. There might have been a line of dialogue different if I'd come in here before I found anybody or freed anybody else, or if I only freed one person. Now you're getting quite the bevy of standing idle animations here, where Shantae is bouncing up and down, Risky Boots is swinging back and forth, and her cleavage, of course, and all their cleavage are moving quite a lot. Roddy Tops is literally jumping up and down, and Sky is just somewhat subtly bouncing up and down, much less than Shantae. If anything, when you look at the idle animation of Shantae, she's swinging her arms back, so she's effectively thrusting her chest forward and up. Yeah, I don't think this would have flied for E for everyone. We're not heavy enough, although Blondie here does make for some excellent ballast. Excuse me? I don't get why they're making fat jokes, particularly towards Sky. I feel like if they were gonna do that, they needed to have Sky actually look like she was slightly overweight. Or just slightly normal weight, let's be honest here. And it really wouldn't hurt if there was a character like that. Like, not all men like the exact same body types. You probably weigh as much as a lead balloon or two. Sigh, can we at least try to work together? I won't work with her, but for you, sure. And see, I don't know why Roddy Tops here is again not going to work with Sky. Me? Aren't you a brain eater? Aren't you the brain eater? What? No, not you, her. Ugh, the noise. This is why I work alone. Oh, so it makes a lot more sense now. Roddy Tops wouldn't work with Risky Boots because Risky Boots betrayed her in the last game. Alright, you lubbers, pull. Yes, ma'am. Now, how they're pulling anything downward makes no sense. Like, they're holding on to the rope. Their entire weight would have been on it. It worked. The only thing they could have tried to do is swing back and forth. Of course it did. You give up too easily. If you want to make something bend to your will, you better be prepared to break it as well. You're a scary lady. Come on, let's all rush in and pummel these imbeciles. No, we should sneak past them quietly. I want to distract them with a fan dance. Sigh, Sigh, I'll take a look. So here we go. And you'd think this would be a boss fight, and it isn't. Princess, you arrived at last. Behold, a glittering statue of your vast magnificence. And behind him you can see the statue is of a very, very overweight, barely human looking creature. That's supposed to be me? Ah, but yes, it's your exact likeness. And lo, do my eyes deceive me? Princess, there are 4 of you, but each of you looks perfectly identical to this humongous, titanic, rotund. So now he's just calling all of them fat, corpulent, and bulgingly beautiful, pleasantly plump statue. That's it. Wring his throat. See, I don't get the fat jokes here. I really don't get it. Like, it would have been somewhat funny for this guy to prove that he is blind, because obviously he is, or he's just such an idiot that he can't tell the difference between really skinny characters and really fat characters. But then the fat jokes started with Sky's father and mother, I think, too, so clearly whoever was writing this middle section had this idea and is beating it to death. And so here's the real princess returning, and you can see she looks absolutely nothing like the other characters. And I would also say she is objectionably too overweight and ugly looking. Clearly that's the joke, yes, but it would have been a little bit nicer if the character was just big but also still shapely and still good looking. Here you have a character that is just a very round ball with what looks like giant swollen legs. What's this? Princess, there you are. Where in the world have you been? It's been over 30 minutes. So now they're trying to do a different joke, which, like, the first one fell flat, so now we've got a completely different joke. I guess I will say that the fat lady, she's bouncing up and down, although her legs aren't really moving, too, so it seems like just everybody bounces up and down. Were you at the store all that time? You silly Billy. This? I can't. People, hear me. Our princess has returned at long last. From the store, thank you all. Truly, you have saved our people. Sorry about the mix-up. Believe me, this happens all the time. I shall return your garments and give you this golden pickaxe in honor of your great deeds. Ugh, leave us out of your adventures from now on. Wait, this is the fun part where I get an item. You got the golden pickaxe. And this is a achievement reward. Alright, so I'm not sure what you would do with the golden pickaxe because I don't have any more buttons to it. On second thought, you look nothing like the princess. Nah, I guess you're not her after all. So it's just the exact same thing. You are free to pass. So now I can come in here, now that I have my gun and my my abilities. So we can come over here and fight this guy in this cage. And almost certainly there is more stuff here. So let's see if we want to do this or how we want to do this. Stalk this guy. Behold, our princess has returned. Shut your yap. Yeah, this area is marked as something, but we already did that, so I wouldn't be surprised if anything else marked in white means something different. This black panel potentially could send me other places. And see, I don't know what the golden pickaxe connects to. Let's see, let's try this. Let's go this way. Alright, so these guys are just nothing now. They just walk right past you and don't catch you, so you don't have that as a problem. There's all kinds of a mess here. And the map is just kind of like constantly changing. And there really could be anything anywhere. And almost certainly there is something somewhere that I missed. But I think I need a monkey ability of some sort. Some shrinking ability, maybe not a monkey ability. And a lot of these sections now will just be simple walks in the park. But there's also still some stuff we don't have. Let's go down here. I have about 600 gold. I could probably continuously grind all the way down to 999 if I really needed to, but I kind of think I'm just gonna maximize the gold out and not have anything to buy unless the game is gonna give me some ability to upgrade my attack or something. Which that would be helpful. Let's see. So what's in here? What's the point of this room? Maybe there was another princess that could have been found in this room at some point? Yeah, I very well have found everything. Because the video I watched of someone else playing this section claimed to be a 100% playthrough of all the collectibles, so these other sections may, while there may be other areas, they may not matter. We went this way. And I opened these already. And then they... Guess if you ever need money, And then I went that way. And then there was nothing that way. So it kind of feels like maybe a shortcut, but I don't know why you would need a shortcut at that point. Alright, and then this brings us up here. We'll go here and see where this takes us. So that door, let's see. So that door goes through here, takes you here. And while we're here, let's just max it out. No, I think that would be too slow. Because I'm only getting like 10 gold. So I don't have any reason to sit there for 60. And then you fall down here. There's nothing here. And I never got an achievement for killing a bunch of rats. Which I thought you would get an achievement for that. That just brings you back this way. So that means we've, I think, been everywhere. The map is kind of small. They intentionally put that jar there, by the way, to make sure you would probably use it. Once again, we have a sequence that's just a little too long by modern standards. I would have liked to see some more streamlining happen there. We didn't find the Sultana. And let's see if these guys say anything. The golden pickaxe from the princess. Can I have it? No. At least tell me how you earned it so I can do the same. Alright, so I didn't think we were going to give the golden pickaxe to this guy. That's nice because then that does mean the game continues its storyline. We'll have this cleared lickety-split. You gave the golden pickaxe. Now gold is a very soft metal, so there's no reason why you'd make a pickaxe with it. Wow. With those ruins out of the way, I can see all the way to the horizon. And look at those chubby green birds. They look like flying octopus, not birds, but whatever. Ah, those aren't birds. Monsters, run! And I can't move because it's doing a little fanfare. And they are getting closer and closer to hitting me. I don't think the green things here actually will attack you. They don't even seem to really swoop down. They seem just to really be designed around the idea of so they seem to just kind of be there to stop you from doing damage. Now I don't have a ground pound attack, but I could. Let's go now that we have our items back. Pike ball does not hit. Pike ball is fairly slow. Don't know what we're really looking for to get here, though. It almost makes sense. to go tit for tat with the archers here, but your gun is still so weak that you can't do anything. Where this feels like you should have like a flaming bullet upgrade, and you should have gotten that fairly quickly. I could see giving the gun a flaming upgrade and then an electrical upgrade. And then a different kind of upgrade. Alright, so we see death is coming out of the sand traps except for those two, so I think what we'll find is I probably am not supposed to do that. Is this gonna be mostly empty? Let's do this. There we go. That's what I thought. We might be in a position where he can't fly up now. He may be trapped on that platform. This feels like bad design. Yeah, he's trapped on that platform. He can't fly up enough to get out of the way. Interesting. But we're defeating the Tinkerbats. We're killing them, so Risky Boots is not going to have any of her pirate crew left. Or she's going to have considerably fewer pirate crewmen. Again, we have another section that we can't defeat, and we now have the blue guys again, who are more heat-seeking. It kind of feels like this is a switch, but I don't think it is. How are we on Super Monster Milk? Not terrible. We're building up our reserves. And map-wise, where are we? It's just a ton of map. Interesting. I don't know if I can make that jump. Alright, we got that. You can apparently jump on the sand, the quicksand, which I wouldn't have thought you could. Alright, and over here we have nothing. Over here we have nothing. Now we are in the Lost Catacombs, a secondary area. The whole tan line, the name Tan Line Isle has really failed to mean anything. Right. Do I want to eat one of these? I think I do. This may be a mistake, or this may be that they just didn't really intend for you to spend anywhere as much time as I did in that previous dungeon. Or I guess maybe that previous area wasn't an actual den of evil, so we're now on our way to a different area. And it takes it forever to recognize that the the maps and the keys are on the floor, so you can pick them up. Alright, well, we've got a whole thing. This guy gets knocked back, unlike other characters. Okay. So that wasn't too bad. Thought there might be something more there, but nope. Alright, next I think we wanna go, we came down this way? Yeah, that was the entrance. So we want to go down this direction. Which we can just kind of avoid the spikes completely if we want to. I will say a lot of games play the sound effect when you're shooting a gun or doing something far too often. So I will applaud the fact that the eat this sound effect here only gets played like every 20 shots or so. It still may be a little repetitive for as often as you have to shoot this gun, and it doesn't cycle between any other sound effect. You can definitely see how this game is working towards being a game that was fully voiced, which is not quite anywhere there. I'm not sure I hit him even once. Do we want to go down, or do we want to go all the way to the right? Let's go down. Okay, good. So that tells us exactly we won't be able to do this until we get some kind of transformation monkey ability or remote controlled character or something. Not sure if I'm supposed to be able to reach this height, but I did. I'm gonna go all the way up here first, because it does seem like there's something here. I also feel like I probably should play the game a little less conservatively with all of the items and rupees, because yeah, odds are low. Well, jeez. Guess I could have gone either way. Alright, well, let's do this. Oops. It seems like whatever you break stays broken. So you want to be fairly careful. go. That brings up an area over here. And immediately got a Heart Squid, which means I can just fall almost to my death. Let's go and use a potion. Alright. Let's get rid of this barking dog creature. Alright. And there we've got another key. Although we don't know what the keys are for. I also assume you can't take keys out of one dungeon and use them in another. That would just open up the world to a lot of game-breaking mistakes. Right. You can't attack downward still though, so I can't go down there with my current abilities, which might be an indicator that I can't actually finish this whole area. Oddly, the story has kind of just left us on our own as far as deciding what to do next. Alright, well that would open a small section. Question. Okay, so you have to go down to go to the right. So that's the final area. And so we want to go back down this way. And we can now stand here and shoot that. Is that open? Seemingly nothing. So I probably have to find something further to the left here and activate that switch first. 2. So that was the second key. And now I see. You have to use the hat, or you will just get hit. I'm still not a super fan in the fact that you kind of just can constantly take damage in this game. We need another key. So off this direction we go. There's no way back up, so clearly this would have been the right direction. Yeah, there's no way to really hit upward there. These guys speed up fairly fast. Alright, well, I bet, since this is a save room, I bet this next room to the right is a boss room. Or a challenge room. Probably a challenge room. So, be prepared to use some muscle milk. I was not expecting a room this big. You obtained Risky's Scimitar. While in the air, press the Scimitar button to break through blocks. Okay, so that is the left trigger button. So now we have a drop attack that is kind of a pogo attack. Wasn't expecting that much. Alright, but we now know how to break, we can now break blocks below us. Which means this area is something. This, hit this, hit that, go, go. Does this ever turn? You know what, I'll just go ahead and take this down. I don't particularly like the right trigger being the thing here, because it does feel like this would have been a case of... Alright. It's a little rough on the right trigger when I feel like you should just be pressing downward. Alright, let's see. I see now how the Scimitar is supposed to play a role in this. Yep. So as long as I can get a decent feel of using the Scimitar, I can then use it to act as our flipper. Right. Where's the key? Is it over here? I don't think it is, because this is where we got the Scimitar. No, I think it's up here. You still have an upwards slash, which the game definitely feels like it should have an upward slash. You also still can't jump down those areas. Okay. That key was needed to simply allow you to get back to where you want to go. Let's ask a question here. Can you Scimitar through these? I don't think you can. I think they'd still stab you. Let's be really obsessive with this. Can we break every brick in this area? No. There is a number of these that are just not allowed to be broken, probably because they're necessary, if I was to guess. Scimitar only does like 4 damage. So we have to do that, so then you can do that. I am wasting a lot of time just to be silly here. It feels like they probably didn't intend you to go down this route and do this. They probably are just doing this for safety's sake. But if this gives me an achievement, we'll find out differently, I guess. I just got an achievement called Gotta Get 'Em All, so I don't know if that's because I got the squid or if that's because I broke every single block in here. I probably should go ahead and just see. Go ahead and use a potion. That feels like a point where you could have potentially bounced on the same character multiple times. Let's see. Let's see if we can actually do that. Nope. And another potion. And maybe we're not going to actually fight a boss here. In this case, and instead we're going to have a smashing effect. Alright. No real problem there unless we run into a sequence that is just really a far run. Let's cycle the whole way. That way we have as much time as possible. You could have had enemies in this section get squashed, then that would have potentially enticed you to run in and collect the rupees and the hearts that they would have dropped, and distracted you from the fact that you would get squashed too, while it would also act as a decent way of warning people who are paying more attention that there is a danger of being squashed. Yeah, there's only one more room, so it's probably a boss room. It's always these snake gates, which I guess thematically it's a good idea just to always have like a snake door. Squid Baron, you're here. You better believe I am. Why? What about the vacation? I'm hanging it up. Goodbye dreams, see you never. But you can't give up on your dreams. What about the frolicking beach bunnies? And old sailors and unbuttoned third buttons? I thought all that meant something to you. Answer me this. How much map have you traveled? What do you mean? How full are your pockets? About half right, halfway full. I don't know. I think they're almost completely full. Filler boss. It's my destiny. I see that now. I won't try to escape it. You're scaring me. You and me both. And I won't hide from fate. I'm gonna be the best filler boss of all time. Old hat, recycled moves, all of it. Bring it on, sister. Let's boogie down. Reoccurring rascal concerned parent, Squid Baron. Alright. With my new abilities, I think I can probably take this guy out fairly easily. there are some cheap shots here, but I think I can mostly do this. But then see, he does a cheap shot there where he hits you. I think I can take like one more hit, and then let's just go ahead and use a potion. Potions are cheaper than auto potions, so there's really no reason to use them. So he gained like 10 health when he ate the food. Each time he ate the food. Yeah, getting the hair attacks are the things that are going to be the pain. There you go. I guess we'll just keep using potions. He sped up his process. And see, I don't know if we're moving to different cycles when he refills his health, or if he's just actually refilling his health. It's kind of ironic she's saying eat this. Alright, another potion. The timing is weird. I don't want to reposition myself though. Yeah, he has like another cheap shot he does where he will run backwards when you're bouncing on him. So he runs like way faster than you could ever possibly hope to stop him. I guess I should probably try the Super Monster Milk. I don't know, he may just have like really high health, or it may just be that I'm going like way too long here. And the fact that I'm using Super Monster Milk and hit him for 15. Gotta get the hair hits in while the increased attack is still going. There we go. And I got an achievement for drinking the Super Monster Milk. Squid Baron 2.0. Seriously? I'm doing like 14 damage on his head now, which is odd, because I wasn't doing 14 damage before. I'm still only really doing 1 damage as far as... Come on. No, I'm doing like 4 damage now.
Monster milk.
I'm not sure I can actually beat this guy because if he's got like a third phase and come on. I keep ducking down trying to do damage, and that's part of the problem. And now I'm getting the controllers mixed up.
Total restoration.
Like, he seems to have a decreased defense after you break him from the shell. But that's gotta be it, because I don't have enough potions in me to survive any further. Yeah, that gave me an achievement. That was a tough boss battle. But also, it does kind of make it feel like there's only maybe 2 or 3 boss battles in the whole game. Aye. Sorry, but you forced me to fight. Bubba. What did I break something? You were amazing. Bruh? That beatdown, it was just what I needed to reawaken my fighting spirit. I'm a great filler boss today, and I can be an even better one tomorrow. Imagine I could paint myself blue and play the part of Ice variant. I could shadow clone myself and swap between bodies. I could reappear at the end of the adventure in a boss rush. Maybe show up as a common thug later, you know, to make you feel really, really powerful. I'm bursting with potential. This is only chapter 1 in book 1 of the encyclopedia that is my life. Hitting you helped. Purple-haired warrior maiden, you are my one true inspiration. Sob. I must go. Take this. You got the Mudbog Island map. Oh, I did have to do this because I didn't have a map. I forgot about that. You are my best beautiful tomboy woman. I don't know why you'd call her tomboy. I mean, she might be a little bit tomboyish, but there's not enough of an indication there. Fare thee well. See ya. This guy's probably back in Sequin Land by now, and I don't see Roddy Tops anywhere. I guess I'll head back to the dock. Yeah. I don't think there's a good argument to not using a pirate fire. So we'll just
Flare activated.
Go back to the dock that way. We didn't get any new ability other than the Scimitar. So I don't think there was any secrets we missed. I'm back. If you're through wasting time, maybe we can finally get back to work. Risky Boots is back to her old outfit. What happened to Sky and Roddy Tops? Let's just say I showed them the door. Huh? Would you relax? They're fine. Did you find the Den of Evil? Yep. And did you destroy the evil residing there? More or less. I see you found my blade as well. Wish I had that earlier. I'd have spilled the innards of a certain incompetent chieftain. Gasp. Oh look, Risky. Shantae has been drawn in yet another pose here. This time highlighting her backside. Although not really twisting her head much. You make a lousy pirate. Let's have a look at that map. You gave Mudbog map. So there's Mudbog Island, and then there's whatever this island is, and then clearly there's a boss island. And then we have here still some things. Scuttletown. They're still building. Let's see, do we have enough to upgrade And increase our health. We should see if we have enough squids actually to upgrade it again. Nope. Okay. We were fairly close to being at full health. Let's see what he says. Promise me we'll never ever speak of those embarrassing desert princess outfits again. I promise. You mean this one, right? She swaps directly into it. But again, weirdness there, because like the princess outfit is not that much more revealing than what Shantae and the other females of this city seem to wear. At least the belly. Maybe there's just a lot of belly dancers. In the forest nearby, there's a very tall tree on the west side. It's so dark, it's hard to tell what's up there. Yeah, we saw that. There was a heart up there, but how would we have gotten the heart? Is the question. I heard scratching sound coming from beneath the palace. There's something besides rats in that sewer. Yeah. We already have been there too. And there's some backstory reference. It does seem like they are slowly rebuilding this town. Right, so we were so close. Potion. I gotta remember how to hit the buttons right here. 2. Potions. Alright, that puts us back to full inventory as much as possible. There used to be 3 hardcore gamers around these parts. Interesting. Each was a whiz at dice rolling and gecko racing. It consumed their lives until one day poof gone. Wonder if that's a reference to the previous game. Who made those clothes anyways? I remember you back before the vest, when the black pants were on the inside. So she's referencing the game. We're getting backstory. His parents. This guy's not too happy about what happened to Joe, so I threw that old mummy in the dumpster. Please don't tell my husband. If you find any old artifacts, bring them to your uncle's workshop. Whenever I see a nice flat wall, I bash into it. That way treats might drop on me. How does one bash? Some older girls just passed through here. They kind of smell like ham and lummox drool. Nice scimitar. You could probably use it to pierce deep into zombie graves. Yeah, that'd work. So there might be some secrets we could get. Otherwise, let's see if the guy over here has an offer for us. Remember the town when the town was first built? Skull Town used to sit on that smaller cove. The one where you live. But as it got larger, we had to tear down and begin anew. Now your lighthouse is all that's left. I used to eat 3 lobster tails at every meal. I miss those days. Have any for me? Here, thanks. Have 100 gems. So, 100 gems for 3 lobster tails. So he took 3 of my lobster tails, and he does seem to just kind of randomize around food. There probably is an achievement for getting all the foods, getting to eat one of each of the foods and getting the money from that. Well, I'm back from my dead-end job working for your uncle. Hello. It's true, nobody needs me. There's never enough hero work, no offense. I'm pretty much blown every chance that's come down the pike. I've pretty much blown every chance that comes down the pike. You have to say that sentence right. Not only that, but Sky says I missed out on some kind of adventure. Sounds like even Risky Boots was in on that. Aw, Bolo, you've got it all wrong. It was mostly like a girl adventure. It was really hot there, and we all got trapped, and had to wear little metal bathing suits. Just leave me alone, Bolo. See, I think it would have been funny if Bolo was also dressed as a princess. Maybe I should try building a steam engine again. Hey. So then it's gonna come down to, is it justifiable to run the map and go all the way to the west? I don't think I have the bash option. Let's just look at the controls. Like, bash. Yeah, the controls say attack, lamp, shoot, interact, jump, movement, pause, submenu, scimitar, and hat. So from that you would assume that there is no more abilities, but there might be upgraded abilities. So it either is going to come down to I need to very quickly run to the forest with no real way to fast travel to it, or try and get that last upgrade, or give up on this idea real quick and run back. And I think I'm going to give up on the idea real quick and run back. Well, you know what I could do? I can just use the pirate flare. I'm rolling in cash anyways. Yeah, the Scimitar's still not doing enough damage. Needed to really be looking at the ground. Take note that in this game we don't have any rocks or caves or anything like that, which I kind of appreciate that, because that would have been somewhat annoying. Let me see if we can do this. Nope, that's not high enough. Go here, go here, go here. This direction. Now, if you could bash a tree, how would you bash a tree? You can't bounce. Yeah, unless this was the thing you were supposed to be doing, to knock the tree down. Like, that's the only bash ability I think I could have. totally won't make that. Totally am not making that. Either they just programmed this badly or there's something else. Like, maybe it's jump up and then move? No, that doesn't work. Jump up and then use the hat? I don't think that works. And then over here, let's talk to these people. See if anybody's gonna say it. The enchanted blade is probably in the desert. Well, we already looked in the desert, so we have the side quest, I guess. Let's see. Is it worth it to go through the sewers and get flesh pots? We are here, and we don't have any ability to go up here. These characters don't have a secondary line of dialogue to say to you. There's no secret breakable blocks in this section. So what happens? It can't go any further that way. Still would have to go through this whole thing. Flesh pop. Flesh pops. And you probably have to go through this whole loop a couple times. And see, you still don't have a way of jumping downward, so that shortcut still doesn't work. Even this far into the game. I imagine that's not actually going to give me that much. We can't break these, if there's any secret there. Yeah, there's no secrets here. Okay. And that got me 6 flesh pops, which I could run through it again and get 3 more if I wanted to, but the bento boxes are going to be the real issue. I think there's probably a decent place where you could grind out for lobster tails. But if the idea is to get everything to maximum, I don't know where you would grind for super pike balls. I kind of know where you'd get bubble shields.
Pirate flare activated.
In all honesty, though, I guess I should just be happy that that we didn't end up wasting a ton of time. Like, I don't see any reason to go back to Saliva Island. And I probably could go get a couple things in Spiderweb Island, but we'll have to go back eventually. I could probably get a few things in Tanline Island, but actually I don't think I could. So Mudbog Island it is next. I guess I should just be happy though that we got past that stealth mission, and that probably is the halfway point of the game. Landho, welcome to Mudbog Island. It kind of smells bad. It smells kind of bad. We've cut off 3/5 of the pirate master's power. He's sure to have noticed by now. Even from the grave, he'll attempt to impede our progress somehow. Enough of that. We have something more to discuss. Oh? I think I've figured out the origin of the dark magic. How? Process of elimination. When the genies defeated the pirate master, they had to drain themselves completely to get the job done. They reduced him to mere ash and bone. Without magic to sustain them, the genies faded from this world. No more genies with their light magic, no more pirate master with his dark magic, just you. Me? When I borrowed, quote-unquote, your magic to suit my purposes, I made a wish, remember? You took over my magical half and used it for evil, so you turned it into dark magic. That's right. But I destroyed it after that. Perhaps, perhaps not. It's more likely you scattered the magic. Why would you say that? Because magic can never be truly destroyed, can it? Well, then how did the magic of the other genies get destroyed? I don't know. Not long after the encounter, the curse placed upon my men began to take effect, indicating the new source of dark magic had been found. Gasp. Whatever the magic's origin, we can worry about it later. You've got another den of evil to find. Could this be true? The pirate's master's using my magic?
Let's go!
Probably, and then that probably means we will get our magic back for the next game, which makes sense. Like, let's see, what else is there to really say here? I don't think there is much more to say. Let's just end this episode here. It's going to be kind of questionable if we get up to a full 10 hearts, because unless there's just a lot of squids that can be collected in this area, that does imply that there would need to be 8 squids in all the other areas, plus 4 squids minimum in this area and the next area. It might be that this is not the last level until the boss fight. It might be that the boss fight actually shows up back at Scuttletown, or a new island opens up. With this menu system, you could even have had some DLC, although a 3DS game would have no way of getting DLC, not realistically. But you definitely could have just continued to add more islands or taken away islands if you ran out of budget. But I don't think I'd add more content to this game. Like, as this game feels still a little too old, it does also feel not as streamlined as it should be, and it gets a little grindy and it gets a little repetitive with the platforming. At certain points, that is just what platforming is, whether it's 2D platforming or 3D platforming. And I will just still say this feels way better than almost all the other platforming games I've played recently in the past couple of years. Things like Ukulele was way too hard and frustrating, and let's see, can't even name anymore, but I know I've played at least 4 or 5 games with platforming elements that did definitely play on nostalgia and the idea that expert platformers who have been playing super hard Banjo-Kazooie style platforming games are looking for even more of a challenge. Unfortunately, 3D platforming is becoming more and more niche, or it became more and more niche instead of being user-friendly or just generally friendly to the average game player like Mario 64 was. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.